Hi, friends. Spencer here. Spencer Uncensored. Yeah, we actually started this episode a little early, and I apologize for that. I have people to meet. Um, and it's a little interesting. I'm sure you're like, what are you doing, Spencer? Usually you do this from your house. Well, I do it from my little office. But today I'm traveling. And a lot of construction going on around here where I am. I'll tell you more about where I am in a second. I wanted to tell you about something special. Um, so 22 years ago and about a month and a half, like almost 2 months. So 22 years and 2 months, marks the day that I found myself waking up in the back of an ambulance. And hey, Melody, good to see you. By the way, I'm in Lexington. Um, this pole right here, this pole, ladies and gentlemen, saved my life 22 years ago. So I thought I would stop here because I'm getting ready to meet some friends here in Lexington and thought I would share with you that story because some of you guys know it, some of you don't know it. But 22 years ago, I was driving down this highway, pretty good sized road. This is Highway 1 in Lexington, South Carolina, for those of you that are not familiar. And I drove from a McDonald's, right? That's the last point of memory for me. Up that way, I think it's about 8 miles. I drove the entire way with absolutely no recollection of that drive. And when I got to somewhere around here, I was driving that direction. So I crossed these 2 lanes. Looks like they're about to make it 3 lanes. No, 2 lanes still. But anyway, I crossed 2 lanes of traffic, traveling at an estimated speed of 50 miles an hour, totally unconscious, and hit this pole. Matter of fact, I can tell you that pole is 22 years old because they had to replace it. I hit it so hard I cracked it. Now, the blessing for me in this situation is that I hit it head on. I didn't hit any oncoming traffic. And if you look just a little bit up that way, right there is Interstate 20. If I would have traveled maybe another 50, 70 yards or so, I would have cleared the bridge and could have killed someone else, could have killed myself. So anyway, it's a big deal to me, and I've spent a great deal of my life remembering that moment. Matter of fact, October the 1st every year for me, I do a Celebrate Life Day. It's like my own little thing. But really, it's just a remembrance for me that God spared my life for a reason, so I have purpose. And again, this pole stopped me dead center. So anyway, I'm blessed because the car did exactly what it's supposed to do, right? So a front engine vehicle is a Pontiac GTO. I'm sorry, not a GTO. It was a GT, but it was a oh gosh, what were those things called? Grand Prix. It was a 4-door. It's actually a very cool car, but I hit it head on, and so when you hit a front engine vehicle head on, the engine and the transmission actually separate from each other. And so all I walked away from it was, only damage I ended up with was, I broke both bones in this arm and busted my face pretty good. And then I also cracked my kneecap. That's it. I survived a pretty horrible accident. And I know you guys probably have stories like that too. Maybe you had something where God spared your life and you have a reason, right? We have a lot of these but God moments. Moments like those, maybe they're not quite as tragic, if you will. They give us the opportunity to have perspective. It gives contrast. to when things are going really well, we know they're going well because we're not in that pit, right? We don't have a suspended a suspended driver's license and looking to try to sell real estate. You know how difficult that is, right? State of South Carolina will actually, and most states do, by the way, they will suspend your driver's license for 6 months if you ever have a seizure. And so that's what happened to me. And I was, doing real estate. Not exactly the easiest thing to do, showing houses without driver's license. So you have to have people, take you around. So anyway, I know I came on early, so some of you guys are going to come on here at 6 and be like, what happened? Did I miss it? Well, it's here for recording. It's a special thing. That poll right there, those of you that are coming in now when it's supposed to be, that poll right there, I just told a good story about it here. And anyway, the contrast of that whole event, that's how we recognize when life is going well, because we have low moments. We know what the peaks look like when we recognize the valleys, and we've been through them. And so I'm grateful for moments like that one where I cracked that pole and God spared my life. So that story is actually going to get used in actually more than one book. But I have multiple moments like that where God saved me, where things happened and it was obviously divine intervention. And because of that, I live life with a little bit more intention. If you've never noticed, if you ever hang out with me, I'm pretty intentional about almost everything I do. So anyway, guys, it's a Thanksgiving season. I thought about coming on here and having a big conversation around Thanksgiving and the history of it and blah, blah, blah. And then I realized, dude, you're like just miles up the road from one of the most pivotal moments in your life. And you might as well share it with everybody else. So I thought I'd show it to you. So when you guys hear me talk about crossing 2 lanes of traffic and all that, that's right here, right across from that Waffle House over there. Anyway, it's a big deal. So you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving week. We'll be back on next week. I will have just finished up a trip with my daughters. I'm taking 2 of them to Washington, D.C. for the weekend. So I'll be flying back to Jacksonville. I should be back and landed and be able to do a quick Facebook Live from Jacksonville next week. All right. But anyway, you guys have a fantastic evening. Thanks for being here and enjoy the story. You can go back and watch it. Those of you that are now popping in, I apologize for coming on too early, but I'm going to go meet friends. So anyway, I didn't want to go have the night without you guys knowing about this. Have a good night. Bye.